In the last episode, Big Monkey attacked Xianyang in a very dangerous way, and that's why his condition was very bad. And in the next scene, we see that Big Monkey came to a place with his granddaughter, where he says that you can rest here, because I'm going to do some important work. But we see that the girl was not agreeing to it. Then his man tells him that you don't have to worry about it, because nothing will happen to him as long as our Lee family lives. Then we see that he calls a girl named Zulu here, and says that now, it is your responsibility to take care of her. After which we see that Zulu agreed to it. But there we see that the little girl is not at all happy with this, and that's why she leaves from here in anger. Then we see that Big Monkey comes to her to explain the truth, but that girl is still not ready to listen to him. Then Big Monkey says that you don't have to worry too much about it, because I think that maybe it is the fault of the Su family of Qingfeng City, because he took advantage of the enmity between Fenglai Garden and Jinggang Mountain, and he spread the word about it in both ways. And that's why Big Monkey explains that if I had known about it before, still, I would not have been able to do anything about it. Then the girl asks him that is this all for a sword scripture? On which Big Monkey says that yes, you understood correctly, but actually, the method of inheriting the sword scripture is very special, and that's why nothing can be said about it. Then he tells that it has the inheritance of generation to generation, but his author was actually a cheater who cheated the Jinggang Mountain, but now he wants to reach the pinnacle of swordsmanship, and that's why he's actually hiding in Fenglai Garden. Then we find out that there are two swordsmanship combined in the sword scripture. That's why if any of the two parties achieve this, then the other party will not be able to do anything about it, and that's why this whole matter will end. Hearing this, the girl understands that the real sword scripture is actually with Xianyang, and that's why Big Monkey doesn't want this thing to go to Fenglai Garden. Then Big Monkey says that it's been 300 years in which the people of our Jinggang Mountain have suffered a lot. That's why if we don't take its revenge, then this thing will actually become a complete joke. Then the girl says that if this is the case, then why didn't you kill Xianyang? Because what will happen if someone saves it? Then Big Monkey says that you don't worry too much about it, because if I had killed him there, then the saints here would have thrown us out of here. Then he says that you let this matter be solved once, after which we will go to the Peon Mountain from here, and then we will give it to that lady. Then hearing about it, the girl also gets very happy about it, and then we think that she had agreed for it, after which we think that Big Monkey also promises her for it. There we see that a doctor had come to see Xianyang, but he finds out that he is very badly injured, and that's why he tells them that I can't do anything about it. But still, we think that Su is not going to agree for it, and says that you will have to do something about it. At the same time, we think that Chen Ping'an wanted to save Xianyang. That's why he tells the doctor to try again about it. But we think that the doctor is also really helpless, and that's why he tells them that there is no way to save it. But still we think that Chen Ping'an wanted to save Xianyang, and that's why he requests the doctor to try again. But after that, we think that Chen Ping'an was ready to go somewhere, and here he looks very angry. Then he says that what happened if I didn't get justice? But still, how will I get it? But then, we think that Master Wang gives Su a reason to go after it, and says that if you go with him, then Chen Ping'an will have a problem because of it. But still, we think that Su is not going to agree so easily, and that's why she comes to talk to Chen Ping'an. But then, we think that Su was not able to say anything, and that's why Chen Ping'an starts going from here. Then she says that I am actually a scholar. That's why I also want to make Xianyang my disciple. But the biggest problem is that my father is very worried about his reputation, and it is also a big deal to establish his sector. That's why I let him do the work of iron, and it's not that I don't want to save his life. Then Chen Ping'an says that I am not blaming you for this, but I am actually angry that no one did anything to stop Xianyang. Then he says that I am angry for this, on which Su says that this is human nature. But still we think that Chen Ping'an was going from here, on which Su says that you should not be careless to take your revenge, because Mr. Qi will definitely give him a punishment for this. But we think that Chen Ping'an is not going to agree to this, and that's why Su is surprised by this. Then she says that at this time, Master Qi condition is not so good. There are so many changes happening here, and that's why I don't understand what is wrong and what is right. Then Chen Ping'an says to him that I understand what you were saying, and that's why I'm not going to take revenge from those gods like a fool. Now after saying so much, Chen Ping'an leaves from here, and we see that he came straight to Ning. Then Ning returns his money and says that I had promised to protect Xianyang, but I couldn't save him at all, and that's why I say sorry to you for this. But still, we think that Chen Ping'an was ready to give it to Ning, and says that I don't need it now. But now Ning gets very angry about this, and says that don't you have a little intelligence? And are you really going to take revenge from the giants like this? Then he says that I will see him. Then Chen Ping'an says that if you have the confidence to take revenge on Xianyang, then you don't return this money to me. After which we think that Ning sits there, and Chen Ping'an says that you are doing business with us, and that's why no one will want such a disaster. After this, he says that you believe me, because Xianyang doesn't want to let you do this at all. But there we think that Ning doesn't have any worries about it, and she says that I have traveled the whole world, and that's why I am also fully ready for it. Then Chen Ping'an says that will you give me half a day's time? Because first of all I want to find 3 people. On which Ning asks who are the other 2 other than Master Qi, but Chen Ping'an starts going from here without saying anything. Then we think that Ning tells him to stop, and then we think that she gives him a dagger from her side, after which we think that Chen Ping'an also goes to take it. But Ning says that don't you have even a little bit of sense? And that's why she tells him to take it with both hands. After which we think that Chen Pingyan also agreed for it, and Ning says that you don't take the giant so lightly, because it is very powerful in this generation, and that's why its attack will not have any effect on it. Then she says that if they can kill people, then can't we use even a small weapon to kill them? After which we think that Chen Pingyan is surprised by this, and asks that are you really going to kill them? But then we think that Ning doesn't say anything about it, and that's why she lets him go from here. Then we think that Chen Pingyan had come to Jikui because he needs some help to save Xianyang, but Jikui says that I can't do anything about it because I don't know anything. Then Chen Pingyan says that Xianyang is very badly injured. To see him, the doctor had also come, but he couldn't do anything about it. Then Jikui says that, do you want to find a throne treasure for him so that you can bury him underground? Then Chen Pingyan says that I saw you in front of my door that day, and I also know that you are different from us. That's why I want you to help me in this. And then he asks that do you have an extra locust leaf with you? But then Jikui says that no, I don't have it, and you can't force anyone to repay the favor in this way. Then Chen Pingyan says that if you have any condition, then tell me, and then I will try my best to fulfill it. But Jikui says that no, there is nothing like that. And that's why we think that Chen Pingyan was also going from here. Then we think that there are a lot of locust leaves in Jikui's purse, but still, he didn't give it to Chen Pingyan, and says that if Xianyang dies, then let him die. But then, we think that Chen Pingyan was going to meet Master Qi, where he finds out that there are 3 foreign soldiers here, and that's why he has gone with him to explore some secret, from where it will take him at least 3 days to come. Then after hearing about it, Chen Pingyan started going from here. But then, the man there stops him and says that Master Qi has already told you about it. That's why he said that whether he stayed here or not, but still his ending will not change. But then we think that Chen Pingyan has no worries about it, and that's why he leaves from here immediately. But then we think that Chen Pingyan was coming in front of Jisun and his uncle to get help, where he says that I am ready to give you this money. But we think that Jisun is not ready for it at all, and says that I have killed all those people of my life, and that's why I have not saved anyone till date. After this, he says that why should I break the rules here for you? Because there is a policy problem between Great Li Dynasty and Xianyang Mountain, and that's why if the talk about it spreads, then everyone will start making fun of me for it. But Chen Pingyan says that I am ready to do anything for it, and that's why you can tell me about your condition. Then uncle says that I did not want to make things difficult for you, but the fact is that Xianyang is already in a situation of death, and that's why have you ever thought about it? Why don't you get any more blessing here, when Xianyang is also very talented there? But why doesn't he have any locust leaf after this? Then after hearing this, Chen Pingyan says sorry to him, and now he was ready to leave from here. But then we think that he is ready to tell Chen Pingyan about his condition, and says that first of all, you have to kidnap that little girl, and then you have to cut the locust tree. After this, he says that if you do both these things, then I will definitely take revenge from his giant tape for you, and I will also break it into 2 pieces and kill it. But we think that Chen Pingyan greets him and leaves from here, after which he asks his Jishin that will he really do this. Then Chen Pingyan says that if he really did this, then it means that now he is not Chen Pingyan. Then uncle tells him that no one has seen him, but I feel that you need to leave the town now. Then he says that I told him about 2 such conditions. That's why I want you to see it with your own eyes, how a simple boy is doing all this, because after that, you will know how boring it is to live with such a man. After this, he says that the more people you meet in your life, you will discover as much about life. Then he says that I want to explain it to you well, how a gifted man and a beautiful woman become each other's lover. There we think that Chen Pingyan was coming to Ning, where Ning asks him what happened. Then Chen Pingyan says that I want to ask you a question, and if a woman falls into this well, then will you save her or not? On which Ning says that I will definitely save her, and with this, I will also break it. After which we think that Chen Pingyan was happy with this. But then he makes a plan with Ning here, and then we think that the 2 of them had left from different paths. After this, we think that Chen Pingyan comes to his house, from where he takes his gun and some weapons, and now we see that he had left from here. But then we think that a man comes running to Mr. Yang and says that a big thing has happened. But then, we think that Mr. Yang does not have any worries about it, and that's why that man gets very upset about it, and he says that you did not take any action about it while he shut down our pharmacy. But still, we think that Mr. Yang does not have any worries about it. Meanwhile, we think that the girl is playing with a bird, where Zulu and the maid are there to protect her. But then we think that Chen Pingyan had come here, and he attacks with his bullet and frees this bird. But still, we think that Chen Pingyan was attacking here. That's why that girl gets very angry at the maid and says that you call someone quickly. But then, we think that Zulu had seen Chen Pingyan. That's why Chen Pingyan tries to attack her too. But we think that Zulu saves herself very easily. But now we think that Zulu was ready to stop Chen Pingyan, and that's why she goes to attack him. But then we think that Chen Pingyan is not going to get it so easily, and that's why he saves himself from her attack. But we think that Zulu is not going to give up so easily. That's why she starts attacking him continuously. But we think that Chen Pingyan is not going to give up so easily. That's why she starts saving herself from Zulu's attack. And then he started running to save his life from here. But then we think that Zulu is not going to give up so easily. That's why she starts chasing him again. And we think that there was a lot of fight between them. But still we think that Chen Pingyan was not able to do much in front of her. and that's why Zulu starts attacking him. Then we think that Chen Pingyan attacks Zulu to get rid of her, but still Zulu saves herself. And we think that she attacked Chen Pingyan as well. But then, we think that Chen Pingyan is ready to attack the little boy, that's why Zulu comes to stop her attack. And now we think that she was going to fall down and get injured, but still we think that Chen Pingyan saves her from falling down. After that we think that Zulu came down, and some other people also came there to help her. But even after that we think that Chen Pingyan doesn't care much about her, and that's why he was ready to attack with his bullets again. So with this our episode end here. And if you are excited for the next episode, then do tell us about it.